What up, what up? It's Regs. It's the regular show. Let's get into it. I just wanted to talk about people. I like watching people. I like trying to figure people out and shit like that. And through social media, Instagram, like you just look at those are all for your ego. You know what I mean? Like people put up pictures to get a reaction and get people like, do you understand? Like people have Instagrams with millions of people that follow them, have thousands of likes. But at the end of the day, that shit does nothing for you. It's just feeding your ego. And the crazy part is you got people that do shit like that and they're the most miserable people. Like, yeah, of course, because like I said in the previous video, like a picture is basically just a snapshot. Like you're taking a moment and basically immortalizing it. Like, oh, when you look at this picture, you see this picture, that's how I am all the time. Like, that's just a moment. What about the rest of the day? What about the rest of the week? Like, people are so scared to be themselves and show their true selves because they are scared that people won't accept them. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't need people to accept you. You need to accept yourself. You need to be able to be yourself around yourself and not care what people think about yourself, because at the end of the day you got to live with yourself. You have to be yourself. You have to accept yourself. Like a lot of people get caught up in, they get around people and they like close up because they're scared to show people who they truly are, because society is fucked up and everybody wants to judge everybody else. And you even see it through color, religion, all that shit. It's like everybody personally has the answer to life and they know what it should be and they're perfect, which ain't the case, because if you're worried about what the next person thinks about you, what does that say about yourself? Like, what do you think about yourself? Like a real question. Ask yourself what you think about yourself. Damn, I said yourself a lot, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like a lot of people can't accept themselves, and that's a problem. Because you going in that ground by yourself. Whatever you believe in, wherever you're going by yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, so why put so much energy into what other people think about you? At the end of the day, if you're happy and you're happy with yourself, that's all should matter to you. Not saying go out and treat people like shit and everything like that, because nobody likes an asshole. Like, there's a difference. You can be yourself and not worry about other people without being an asshole to other people, if that makes sense to you. And that's what we have to work on. When I say we, I mean the world. I'm not talking about a certain race. I'm talking about we. Think about this. If everybody in the world accepted themselves for who they are and were happy with themselves, then you wouldn't need all this other shit. Money wouldn't matter. Your car you drive wouldn't matter. The clothes you wear, all this shit shouldn't matter, but it matters in this world. But all that wouldn't matter. You wouldn't be worrying about nothing, because you would accept yourself. You would be walking confident in your own self. So anything that's outside of yourself, you wouldn't care about. You know what I mean? And that's the problem with society. And it's like, we're so caught up in what other people are doing. Like you see it all the time. You go on Facebook and people are like, oh, I got haters and all this other shit. The people that say they have haters are usually the people that are talking the most shit. Because you wouldn't have haters if you weren't worried about other people. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't have haters if all you did was worry about yourself and not, oh, let me post a picture of this. This will get people mad because they don't got it and I got it. Like, that's fucked up thinking. And a lot of people, I'm not going to say a lot, almost everybody thinks like everybody got that in them, but not everybody uses it. But a lot of people use it, if that makes sense. And that's the problem. Like, I'm getting to a point in my life where I don't give a shit about anything else. The only thing I care about is my family. And when I say my family, I'm talking about my immediate family, my girl, my son, my mom, my dad, my brother. Like, that's all I'm worried about. I'm not worried about what the dude down the street was thinking about me. I'm not worried about what the girl at Wawa who saw me walking in my work clothes thinking I'm a bum. Like, I'm not worried about that shit. You gotta learn how to be confident in yourself. You gotta learn how to judge yourself. That's hard. Judge yourself and be real with yourself. You know what I mean? They call it looking in the mirror. Look in the mirror and start calling out your flaws, because it's easy to call out your the pros and cons. Call out the cons. It's easy to call out the pros and everything like that. Like, oh, well, I look like this. I'm good with this. Call out the shit that really bothers you. Call out the shit that hurts you, and work to fix it. You know what I mean? It's like, don't worry about, like, I can't stress it enough, and I don't understand why people get so caught up in that. You know, I know everybody's on their own path and shit like that, but I don't understand why people get so caught up in what other people think. And that's what bothers me. Because somebody, you would see somebody and, like, you know, when you was a little kid, look, perfect example. When you was a little kid, maybe you walking with your people or whatever, right? And there's a group of people down the street, but you got to walk past them people to get to where you going. And your boys and your crew, they went the other way because everybody's going home. Now you got to walk past this group. The whole way that you're walking, you're worried about what these people are going to do, think, or say about you. Instead of just walking, being confident in yourself, they say something, you say something, keep it moving. You know what I mean? Like, people are so caught up in material and cosmetic shit, like the way you look, the way you, like, get to know somebody. Get to know somebody's character. You shouldn't judge somebody on how they dress, how they look, and shit like that, what they do for a living. Like, get to know the character, the real person, because that's what's most important. That's what you would want somebody to judge you on. They wouldn't want you, because not everybody has great days. Sometimes people have off days, you know what I mean? You don't feel like shaving, you don't feel like doing whatever, so you bumming. But that shouldn't mean that you should be judged or that you should be treated a certain way, because they should judge you on how you speak. Like, I want to do an experiment. I want to record it, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. I want to just go out and talk to random people and, like, try to get to know them and talk to them and see if I could create a bond with that person without them looking at my physical. Like, get to know me. Get to know me, talk to me, find out who I am, find out what I'm about. And if we click, we click. You know what I mean? Like, that's what people should be doing. We get so caught up in images and shit like that. Like, oh, if he's dressed and he got his pants sagging and shit, he's got to be a bad person. Oh, if he's got really tight pants on and he's skateboarding and shit, he's got to be doing, like, that's all crazy. Like, and that shit's in your head without you even having to think about it. You look at somebody and you judge them on what they're wearing and how they look, and you haven't even spoken a word to this person. And you could click with them, but you're not going to do that because you've already judged them. You've already made that person out to be whoever they're going to be in your mind. And you could be completely wrong. Matter of fact, like 9 times out of 10, you're wrong. But you're judging them based on what they look like. This is just a little short video. I wanted to throw this up. This shit was in my head. Like I said, this channel is just going to be random shit. I'm just going to be talking and giving y'all truth. And like I said, fuck what everybody thinks. I don't need all these subscribers. Like, that's another thing. A lot of these people on YouTube and shit that talk and say that they're like this and that, oh, they're basically preaching to you. They're basically preachers because they're preaching to you, but once they turn off this camera, they're doing the exact same shit that they just sat there and got views off of, likes off of, made money off of because they got a channel, but they're living foul. You know what I mean? You can guarantee that y'all don't have to doubt me. Y'all don't have to second guess me if I'm genuine and shit like that, because y'all getting the real me. And you'll see as this channel grows and shit, I'm gonna be telling y'all some real shit. I'll get into telling you stories about myself, not just telling you what you should be doing or how you should be talking. Like, it's gonna get real. Like, I pride myself on standing on truth and being a real person. And that's it. I'll holler at y'all in a little while. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be safe. Peace.